What's going on, guys? Beastly Gamer here. Welcome to the channel. This video is actually kind of a video response to a YouTuber I know of, Brokengamezhd. He just made a video titled, "If it was the best, you wouldn't need to constantly say it." And he was referring to gamers defending their console of choice, saying that it's the best. PS4 is the best. Xbox One is the best. Wii-U is the best. His notion, I think he got his idea from another YouTuber that I don't know of. But he was saying that if a console is the best, it shows it by its own deeds, by its record. Its record will show that it is the better console. And I believe that on some level, his analogy is true, but on probably more levels, it isn't. Because when you are talking about your console of choice and you proclaim it to be the best, that's subjective, and it's based on your own belief system and your own likes and dislikes, your own tastes. It's like if we sat in a room with all of our mothers, and I said my mom's the best, and you said no, your mom's the best, and everybody started complaining and proclaiming their mother to be the best. It's all based on their own experiences, and they've had experiences with their mother that no one else has had. So in effect, everybody's right. It's kind of the same thing. Now, of course, if you look at financials of any company and you base that being, if that's what makes it the best, it's easy to look at everything and say, well, this is the best. If that's the case, then Broken Games would say that the Wii was the best console or one of the best consoles of all time, right? Because if you look at the financials, if you look at the money that the Wii made, it completely destroyed many other consoles throughout history. So I guess based on his analogy, the Wii would be the best console of all time, or one of the best, which of course everybody knows is not true. So there's many different perspectives to look at from, at this particular subject from. I believe that on some levels, financials do prove it, but on others, not so much. People could easily look right now and say the PS4 is the better system because it has much more money. They made so much more money on PS4 than Xbox has made. They've got millions more consoles sold, so the PS4 is definitive. It has won. But there's many people who've had better experiences on the Xbox One than they may have had on their PS4. They may have played a game that meant more to them on the Xbox One than the PS4. Ori and the Blind Forest, good example. Great game, beautiful game, very story-driven and emotional experience. People may have played that and said, wow, I haven't played anything like this on the PS4. This makes the Xbox One better to me. And guess what? There's nothing you can say to that person. It's a better system to them because of the experiences they've had that maybe you have not had. So for me, people who proclaim that their system is the best, it's an ongoing argument. It's just like anything else. People will say the Cadillac is better than Lincoln. Lincoln's better than Cadillac, right? Some people say trucks are better than cars. We're human beings. We're not going to all agree. We're going to consistently have debates about what we like and what we don't like. And gaming is just another one. It doesn't make you any better or worse. I guess it all depends on how far you go with your belief. Some of these guys have YouTube channels, like he said, that are dedicated to bashing another console. Some people, Blackie Lebowski is one of them. Red Dragon is one of them. All they do is bash the competition. They seem like paid promoters of a particular console. Those people, to me, are complete trash because they're completely one-sided. You cannot go to them and get a real look at anything. It's all through a kaleidoscope that's twisted to their own particular ideals. You can't get an unbiased point of view from people like that. It's all bias, right? So if you go that far, like Broken Games said, you are totally pathetic. You are pathetic. If you think that everything that the Xbox One does is terrible and everything the PS4 does is great, you're pathetic. And vice versa. If you think that everything the PS4 does is terrible and everything the Xbox One does is great, you're pathetic. And you are programmed. You cannot be, no one can come to you and get a real unbiased opinion on anything. So if you take your like of your console, of your game, of your piece of hardware that far, then that's exactly what he's talking about. It's pathetic. I think that the argument is going to continue and persist as technology continues, as games are released. Microsoft is going to have some heavy hitters. Sony's going to have some really heavy hitters. They're going to have games that change the scope of the gaming world. There's certain games that come out that really change the world. And every now and then it comes out on one system. And when that happens, that system looks so much better. It becomes an amazing moment in gaming history. I think that'll always be. I don't think anyone will ever be able to say, well, this system is just better than that system. No. Just because it's 2015, don't think that human beings are going to change, Broken Games. I mean, I know I'm a lot older than you, but back when I was young, it was Super Nintendo versus Sega Genesis, right? And if you look back, a majority of games on Super Nintendo that were multi-plat look better on the SNES than they did on Sega Genesis. Like, just look at Mortal Kombat 1. Yeah, Super Nintendo didn't have blood, but when you looked at the two, animation, character design, the way it sounded, Super Nintendo completely demolished the Sega Genesis. But people who wanted the blood and violence in their mind thought that the Sega Genesis version was better. And you cannot convince them that Super Nintendo was better because, hey, Sub-Zero could rip off Scorpion's head. And there would be a bloody spine dripping there. That was better. So it's all subjective. I have all the systems. I love all the systems. Yeah, I play more on the PS4 than I do on the Xbox One right now because there's certain games on the PS4 that are not on the Xbox One that I play a lot of. I have some games on both. You know, I got, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes on both. It looks great on both of them. And I don't care which one I play it on. But for games that are exclusive, I'll play them on whatever system that's on. That is what it is. But I agree to a certain extent of what he said in the video, that if his console was so great that it would proclaim it for itself, you'd be able to see it by its record. But on some levels, it's just not true. You guys let me know what you think. Do you think if a console was so great that it's all based on the revenue? Do you think there are other categories that fall into play here? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to give a thumbs up, show support of the channel, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe. I'm the Beastly Gamer, and I'll see you guys next time.